Welcome to the Leadership Spark podcast, where we equip you to be the great leader your people deserve. It's Hampton and Corey here, and today we are talking about what every great leader deserves. And we actually believe that every person deserves to have a great leader. Every single person. I think the first podcast we ever recorded, this is what we talked about, and we like to refresh ourselves, refresh the audience on this because it's very, very important. So you might hear us saying, okay, Hampton, Corey, that sounds great. Everyone deserves a great leader. Does everyone deserve $1 million too? Well, we're not, maybe, no, I don't think so. We're not here to say that. But I think part B that always gets missed is, yeah, everyone deserves a great leader, but that's not happening because most leaders are never positioned and equipped to be great. And that's a huge problem in our world. We have a huge leadership deficit. If you can't tell, that's the mission that we're on at WildSpark. We are trying to equip leaders to be great. So, Corey, do you have anything to say on the subject?
Maybe a little. We'll see. We start every podcast by saying that, right? And it may be one of the saddest things when I think about the idea that so many people are showing up to work today. And the data says that 8 out of 10 of those people are disengaged. And the data also says that 8 out of 10 managers are also disengaged. So if you have a disengaged manager, what do you think is going to happen to the team? Are they going to be engaged and performing at the highest level? No, they're not. And it's really sad because I do believe, we have a conviction that everybody showing up to work today deserves a great leader. They deserve to be engaged by someone who knows how to bring out their best. And there's a lot that is under that umbrella of what I just said, but they deserve someone who engages them individually, that allows them to perform at the highest level. And now, as a leader, you should feel the weight of that, but also understand the incentive is that if you are the great leader that people deserve, then you are positioning your team to perform at the highest level, which means you as a leader wins, your team wins, your business wins, and you deliver the results that you want. And who's going to be unhappy with that if you're doing it the right way? But so it's really sad because I know a lot of people today don't have that. They don't have a great leader engaging them, and we are here to help you. That's why we exist at WildSpark. So help us get to you. If you can, help us get to you. But also, like, the second part, Hampton, is so important because the reason why people don't experience that is because a lot of leaders have never been equipped and positioned for greatness, meaning they were promoted to be a leader, maybe because they were great at what they did, but there's no infrastructure around them to support them and equip them with what they need in this new job. Because we both know, because we've done the transition, it's probably the hardest transition to do in business is to go from an individual contributor to a leader, a people leader, because the skills that made you great as an individual contributor, meaning, let's talk about you, Hampton, the skills that made you a great account executive at WildSpark, are they the same skills you use every day to lead customer success?
Nope.
No, it's not. So you have to develop a new set of skills. Well, who's doing that? Who's developing these leaders with the set of skills that they need to be exceptional at what they do? And so when we talk about everybody deserves a great leader, yes, they do. But we also say every leader deserves to be equipped and positioned to be great. And so you can do that on your own. Like if you're out there and you're like, I don't have it, and I'm showing up today feeling like I don't have what I need to be successful as a leader, then I would encourage you to find resources that will help equip you with that. WildSpark is one of those tools that you can use for that, but there are others that you can start to chip away at the things that you need to be able to make you a great leader. And so we encourage you to take the initiative, and hopefully there's something in you that lights a fire that would motivate you to do whatever it takes and whatever you need to do as a leader to be that great leader that your people deserve. And you are engaging your people like that every day. And so, Hampton, what do you think? What do you think about that? What would you add to that as we close out this episode for great leaders? Anything you want to add to that?
I just want to remind everyone that if you got promoted because you were fantastic at your job, it's not your fault. We believe in you, and people love to talk about natural born leaders. And maybe, yes, there are some things you can be born with, but we believe that you can develop skills to be a great leader. And one of the things we even talked about recently is the 3 R's to grow as a leader: resources, rhythms, and relationships. And so maybe you don't have an organization that is buying WildSpark for you, but we just want to encourage you to keep doubling down on resources, humbly, like this podcast, rhythms that you do consistently, and then definitely relationships with other people so that you don't do it alone. We appreciate all of you for listening to this.